Well, I finished these gutters a couple days ago. Figured I'd show them off because they were a bit of a grind. Just kind of show what I got going on there. They're pretty standard as far as like the way they do gutters out here. PVC pipe, top cut off of it, fastened to this metal roof. Took me about 4.5 days, and first time I ever did do-it-yourself gutters, so I went slow. I tried to make it look good as possible, which I think they look pretty good. They don't look bad. But now, knowing like the nuances of the roof, which granted, like I wouldn't have known before I did the gutters, and just having done them now, I probably would be able to do them again in less than half the time. But I went slow. I tried to be patient with them. Tried to, cut everything straight and line everything up. And maybe I overthought it a little bit on some parts, but overall they worked pretty well. We haven't had like a huge rain yet since I've put them up. It's actually kind of been unseasonably dry this week. But it did rain a little bit today, so I kind of got to check out like how they worked. The trick is like, one aspect of it is the roof kind of sags in the middle. And I didn't want all of I've got two downspouts. I didn't put a downspout here because, of all this stuff going on here. I kind of wanted the downspouts to be, go to the driveway, and we're going to get a couple, essentially rain barrels here to collect some water. So I got two downspouts, and the roof sags in the middle, so if I just went off of the roof, the whole structure kind of sags in the middle a little bit, slightly. So if I just went off the roof, all the water would go down this downspout, and basically none of it would go over there. And if I slanted it all downhill the whole way, which I think that's kind of what you're supposed to, I'd run out of real estate. Like, because this part slanted this way and I'm trying to slant it this way, it would start to look not even. It just got too crazy. So I actually ended up like slanting it this way, and then there's a little part where it kind of goes up there and resets and then goes back down. And you can see it just barely, but it's not something that like really sticks out, I don't think. And I tried to make it, there's one fastener left. I need to put a fastener there. But I tried to make it look as aesthetic as possible. Like, for example, like on this part, you don't want any water collecting on the end here, so you have to make it slope this way. And so I hid that as best as possible. Like, it still looks kind of like it's lined up, but it is definitely sloped down this way. And I'm just kind of waiting to do the downspouts because I kind of want to see how it performs first, see if I need to make any tweaks before I buy the materials for the downspouts. It cost about $60, all the materials. We had one pipe length, like 1.5 pipe lengths, which is probably the most expensive part. The fasteners I bought are, you know, whatever. They're nicer looking. They were a little bit more expensive than the fasteners I could have bought, or I could have made my own fasteners. But those look kind of nice. And yeah, for the most part, works pretty well, looks pretty good. And the downspouts will like come down just a tad and then go over to the pole, go down the pole, and then empty into a probably like an oversized ceramic pot there and there. And I just hope that like in a hard rain that these downspouts have enough volume to you know, not let the gutter fill up with water and become heavy, if that makes sense. The whole roof is about 52 square meters. And it has a pretty slight slope. I don't know if you guys are gutter experts, but the slope of the roof really matters, because it will determine how fast the water empties off the roof here. And the slope's extremely gradual. So that's, then I dug this out today. Bonus, I dug this out today because, well, the impetus for the gutters, the impetus for the gutters was, we're working on this outdoor part here. We got the roof a little, I don't know, a couple months ago. And we want to make like an outdoor kitchen area. You know, outdoor counter with a sink. Right now we're just kind of using this whatever thing, and some whatever. So, you know, a proper counter with some cabinets underneath, and a sink and an area for like preparing vegetables and stuff. I cleaned all this area up, and we got the table and chairs, the nets just to keep the dogs out, and I want to flatten this out, and this is where I want to build like a brick oven and like a barbecue, like a grill area and a brick oven. I think I'll extend it out to the pole here and flatten it out. And in order to do that, I kind of got to clean up this area back here and figure this situation out. And the rain was coming off the roof and was eroding right here. So I can't really fix this solution or find a solution for this until I find a solution for this, which is this pole. The erosion of this, the base of this pole. Part of that is the water coming around the rocks right here and coming around the rocks there, stripping the soil away from this pole, and then also the rain coming off the roof. So the first step was to get the gutters taken care of to stop the rain coming off the roof. The next step is probably to kind of do what I did back here. So a little while ago, you know, we were having some erosion issues, like this rock wall here is just kind of stacked boulders. I kind of cemented the front, but that's more so that like snakes couldn't get in there and bite you. Like, this cement here doesn't really like hold these rocks in. It's just more to prevent like a snake from, the snakes love the rocks. So they'll get in there and there'll be a problem. So this rock wall is just kind of like sitting on the soil, and the water comes up underneath the rock wall in the back, collects, and then comes down here. Well, it was really causing a problem here because it was coming around these rocks and digging out these rocks here by this tree. So I sort of regraded the land, and this looks really crappy, but it's been working. I regraded the land so that the water came down more towards the center, and then I kind of just stacked up all these little rocks here and kind of terraced this, and then added some soil here just to protect these rocks and get the water to come more down the center. And it works pretty well. I mean, it's not like a permanent solution. The permanent solution, I don't know if it'll be done in a year. Like, we'll build a house back here, and I think I'm going to dig out this whole area and make like a pond for the water to collect in, and then do it properly. Do it proper. But this works. This is fine for now. And then, I planted a bunch of stuff back here. It's coming in. Got to cut the grass a little bit. But anyway, it solved this problem. Like, this isn't going anywhere now, and the water comes down here. And so basically the same thing was happening to this pole. The water was collecting behind the rock wall down there, going around and digging this pole out. So I basically got to do the same thing that I did here, and that's stack a bunch of rocks around this tree. Stack it around this tree, and then have another one, and then send the water down this way. So I kind of started working on that today. Just digging the trench and getting the water going the right direction, and just kind of building up the soil here, and just, in general, getting the water kind of going where I want it. And then I'll do the rocks and build this up. I'll probably do like cement and steel. I'll get some steel rods and like do like square it off with like steel rods, and then stack rocks, then pour cement. That's probably going to have to go, but those two can probably stay. And so then once I get this taken care of, then I think I can flatten this out and clear this off and flatten that out and have that be more useful for a cooking area, like with wood and charcoal, which is kind of the goal. So that's what's going on. We got a very pregnant dog. Very pregnant. Bella, how pregnant are you? How pregnant are you? Milu. Tiger. This is Tiger. This is Milu. And this is Bella. Bella. Bella has like 10 puppies inside her, don't you? You getting very fat? She's so fat. Hey! You a selfish dog. Very selfish. Very selfish. Has to be the one that gets petted all the time. All the time. No, Milu. All right. Oh, man. We got some smelly cows on the other side of this wall. Very smelly Smelly cows.